alive.
Welcome to the Talkin VAWLS Network. My name is Boogie Bentley.
Now I'm Vols JP.
Just wanted to bring you guys a quick little video on the latest news. Man, we got so many messages, DMs, comments. When are you guys going live? When are you going to do a live stream? We got to talk about it. And look, here's the reality of the situation. We all have real lives. We all work real jobs. So sometimes it's not possible for all of us to sync up and do a live stream. But we are trying to bring you as much content, make as many videos as we possibly can. So just bear with us on that. And then just a quick update on the live stream front. We do plan to go live, hopefully Sunday evening. So tune in for that. All four of us will be on. Should be a good time. So make sure you subscribe to the channel and be looking for that live stream. But also, if you've not done it yet, we're 90 seconds in. Smash that thumbs up. We would greatly appreciate it. And now, on with the news. And of course, by now, you guys already know, but there it is. Tennessee hires athletic director Danny White, coming from the University of Central Florida. And just a quick little background on him. He did hold the same position at the University of Buffalo, 2012 to 2015, before moving on to Central Florida from 2015 to 2021. Prior to his tenure at Buffalo, he served as the senior associate athletic director for Ole Miss. JP, big news today. Big news. Kind of came out of nowhere. But what were your opening thoughts when you heard the news that Danny White was coming to Knoxville?
Initial reaction was Danny White, the ex-Dallas Cowboy football player, quarterback. That was initial, but then I started reading up on it some, and I think Tennessee has done well with this. You know, with everything that's going on down there, it's been a dark week, obviously, with everything that's happened down there. But really impressed with the quickness of this hire, and just getting to read up some of his credentials, some of his background. I think that it's pretty impressive. He's done well everywhere that he's been. He's young. He's energetic. Seems to have a lot of people in his corner. His entire family, it appears, is involved in athletics as far as administration. A lot of them. His dad's AD over at Duke, so would imagine that he's got countless number of contacts. You would think so with this. So you know, after it came out, and after I finally figured out that it wasn't the ex-Cowboy quarterback, I went to lunch, and I'm not kidding you, Boogie. I was kind of, you know, had that Vince McMahon strut as I was walking out to my truck, you know, and I was like, Vols JP, don't just dive in and just be all in, you know. So, you know, tempering my expectations, but overall initial, it really sounds good.
I had that same mindset. And even I'm laying out all the contacts and connections he has. I start getting excited. I'm like, oh, feels like 98. That absolute rock bottom. But here we are, convincing ourselves we're on the way back. We're on the way back.
Oh, I know. I mean, it's like, yeah, I was like, no, just temper the expectations. But yeah, I mean, it does. It feels good. And, you know, obviously just interested to see what the next step is, which is obviously who he picks as head coach.
I think something that is a positive to look at is the reactions from the UCF fans. And I've seen a lot of them on social media. I've seen some on the message board on VolQuest, and they're really singing his praises. Like, they're talking about how he is a rock star, and Tennessee got a good one. I think the 24/7 guys are saying he is a top 5 athletic director in the country. So big news. And I'm like you, I start getting excited, start strutting around like Vince McMahon. But let's look at, I want to look at some of the coaches that he's hired. Not just for football, but he hired basketball coaches Bobby Hurley, Nate Oates at Buffalo. And when you look at those coaches, Hurley is at Arizona State, but Oates has Alabama rocking and rolling.
Yeah, so, one of the top teams in the country. We've already seen that this year.
Yeah, he also hired the football coach at Buffalo. What's his name?
Leopold or something like that.
Leopold, whatever. And
Yeah.
look what he's done with Buffalo, which is not an easy place to win. And he has them going in the right direction. That's his hire. And then obviously when you talk about UCF, the first name that comes up is Scott Frost. And then behind that, he has hired proven winners. And even the basketball coach at UCF is 86-53 in his 5th season, led UCF to the NC tournament berth in 2019 with a 24-9 record. So when you look at his credentials, who he's hired, the moves he's made, this should excite you a little bit more.
Definitely so. And, I was reading up on, his time at when he went to UCF and he got there the year before he got there, if I'm not mistaken, they were winless.
Yep.
And then the first year that he was there, what did they win? 6 games? And then 2017 was when that they went 13-0.
Yep. Winless to undefeated.
Yeah. And when you think about what's happened in Knoxville and, with all these transfers and these guys hitting the portal, and we still don't know what kind of sanctions that the NCAA may end up hitting us with. I mean, we hit the reset button Monday.
Yep.
This program absolutely hit the reset button, and it can't go anywhere but up, I wouldn't think. But the thing is how high can it go? And is this the start? Is today the hiring of Danny White, January the 21st, 2021? Is that really when the University of Tennessee and the administration down there finally said enough is enough? We're going all in, and we're going to hire somebody as an athletic director, and we're going to let them do the AD job. Time will tell. Time will tell.
And that's something that Dauber said when we were all kind of going in the group text today. This isn't a Tennessee guy. This isn't a guy with Tennessee blood. This is so, continuing what you said there, are they going to hire an AD that is proven and let him do his job? Are we finally getting out of the good old boys club, getting out of the inner circle, and going to let this guy come in and do what he wants to do? And that leads to my next question, because we can sit here and we can talk about who he hired at UCF. We can talk about who he hired at Buffalo and everywhere else. But the only thing that matters to us is who is he going to hire in Knoxville? And like you said, this is a huge task that he has laid out in front of him. And it starts with the NCAA investigation. What's that going to lead to? Is he going to have restrictions? Football is where it's at. He is going to have to rebuild this thing from the ground up, and that starts with hiring a head football coach that can come in and get the job done. Again, you can start connecting the dots and kind of see who these are leading to. A lot of people talk about Leopold, however you pronounce it, at Buffalo because of the connection there. And then obviously they talk about the coach at UCF now. I can't see that. I can't see him going that direction. But one thing that's for certain is this guy likes to hire offensive-minded coaches. That's something that Danny White is known for, offensive-minded coaches, which makes me like Kevin Steele being on this staff even more. Whether he takes over the role as defensive coordinator, he may not even make it. He may not even survive on this staff. That's yet to be seen. But it does excite me. Can Danny White go out and hire an offensive-minded rock star to come in and take over this football team, get some excitement going, and then on the flip side, have a guy like Kevin Steele there to run the defense?
Yeah, I think that's going to be one of the interesting things that plays out here. I think today's hire of Danny White, I think that pretty much says that Kevin Steele is not going to be the head coach. Based on, like you said, his track record of hiring offensive-minded coaches, I certainly hope that Danny White has the foresight to see that that's where that college football is at now, that you better be able to put points up on the board. You better be making sure that you got an offense that can score. And, his teams at UCF, they've done that. So I think that and of course, anything with Tennessee, you just kind of just hold your breath, but I don't think that Kevin Steele will be the head coach at Tennessee now. Well, now the question is who Danny White hires as head coach. Is that somebody, is Kevin Steele somebody that coach would like to keep on staff?
Yep. And of course, all the rumors are circulating, and I laid you up a big softball to see if you'd knock it out of the park. I left this name off the coaches that I rattled off, but the name everybody is talking about is bring the Lane train back to Knoxville, bring Jeff Lebby with him, and let's rock and roll, because Lebby was at UCF in 2018, 2019. Lane Kiffin has connections to Danny White's family. I was reading that it was White, I think White's brother,
yeah,
was the AD that came in and was trying to keep Lane Kiffin in Florida
Atlantic,
when he went to Ole Miss. But there are connections there. There are relationships that you can tap into. And look, let's not get ahead of ourselves. And a lot of people like to talk about Lane Kiffin's track record and his wins and his losses. But there is one thing that cannot be denied. That guy knows how to run an offense. And he's also a rock star, man. He would bring an excitement and an energy back to Knoxville. And if you've got a guy like Kevin Steele and Lane Kiffin keeps his mouth shut and runs the offense and lets Kevin Steele take care of the defense, might have a formula for winning.
That'd be a rock star staff, yeah.
Yeah, but we might have a recipe for winning there. But we just wanted to put out a quick video, kind of a spotlight on exactly who Danny White is, where he's been, his road to Knoxville. I'm excited, man. I'm with you. I can tell you're excited. I just hope that this hire pans out. I hope he gets it right for this football coach. I hope the University of Tennessee stays out of his way and lets him do what he has proven he can do, and that's hire a good football coach.
Yeah, certainly. And that's what they say they're going to do. But, time will tell with that, certainly with that. But there's no denying that they are investing money in Danny White, what they're paying a $2.5 million buyout just to get him.
Yeah.
And then I guess that they haven't disclosed what his financial compensation and his contract is going to be. But I did see some tweets when I was on lunch today that there was some, college football gurus that were basically stating that Tennessee offered a package that there was no way that he could pass this up. So, obviously with comments like that, definitely make you think that he's going to be well compensated for this. So Tennessee, as far as the athletic director side, certainly they didn't go shopping in the bargain bin this time for sure, and thank goodness for that.
Yeah, and I think he was making just right at $1 million a year at UCF. So we'll see how the contract plays out. Hubs made an interesting point on VolQuest, also saying that sometimes when there's a buyout like that with an athletic director, you could see something worked out where there's a 1-and-1 series worked out with UCF. Something like that to kind of work out money, which would be interesting. Austin Price said, sign me up for a trip to Orlando. I'm down. So we'll see how all of it shakes out.
Let's just wait about 3 or 4 years for that, because I think that UCF would probably destroy us right now.
I think somebody said, schedule that for 2038.
Yeah.
All right, that's going to wrap it up for this video. Thank you guys for checking it out. Again, as always, do make sure you smash that like button. It helps the channel, drives the algorithm, all that fun stuff. Make sure you're subscribed, tune in. I think we're just going to go ahead and plan it. We're going live Sunday night, probably around 6, 7-ish, something around those time frames. So be tuned in, dialed in for that. If you're crazy and you're a wrestling fan, I'm going live here in just a couple hours. The Wrestling Council every Thursday, 9 p.m. Eastern time. If wrestling ain't your thing, I hope it doesn't upset you or distract you that it is on this channel. But for Vols JP, I am Boogie Bentley. The last thing I have to say is welcome to the Hill, Danny White. Go Big Orange.
The songs howl like me, poets sat in our chains, soaking moonlit falls on